Welcome to the instructional video on the AHFS Drug Information Book, the American Hospital Formulary Service Drug Information Book. First of all, don't get this confused with some other books. If you're new to this, you may hear other books referred to as the Drug Information Handbook. This is not the same as the Drug Information Handbook. That is a much smaller book that's actually done by the Lexi, same people who do LexiComp, the Lexi Publishing Company. This is generally referred to, at least in class, as the AHFS. Also note that there is another book out there that you may use called the Red Book. Don't get this confused with it simply because this happens to be a very large red book. The other book, which is a little bit smaller thickness-wise, is actually referred to as the Red Book. So this is usually the AHFS. It is, as the name would lead you to believe, most common in hospitals and other related areas as far as it applies to pharmacy. It's known for being, it's a general sort of reference as far as drug monographs go. It's set up as fairly straightforward. It's organized by therapeutic class, and then within that by alphabetical, by generic name. There's a good index in the back, so if you don't know the particular generic that you're looking for, you can find it in the back and it'll refer you to the right section. It's an extremely big, extremely dense book. Of all the print drug resources, it's honestly going to be one of the most complete and in some ways almost overwhelming in the amount of information that's in each monograph. You'll see that it really is up there as far as having really tiny, really dense print. It's almost like reading one of the package inserts. This is a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously there's a lot of information here. Of all the print resources, this is probably going to be the most complete as far as the information that you can get. Honestly, there are things that are in the print version of the AHFS as far as the depth of information that you're not going to find in some of the other print resources, like fax comparisons, the PDR, things like that. Conversely, that makes it fairly hard to navigate through. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for, and in some cases information can be scattered throughout the monograph, they're not organized in the best possible way. If you're not familiar with it, it may take you a long time. Now, what that means is, quite honestly, times when you may be taking a lab practical and using print resources, unless you're just really like and you're really used to using the AHFS, it's probably a book that you shouldn't use unless you have to. But you should become familiar with it. You should learn how to use it because there's a huge amount of good information in here. Actually, it's really the same standard information you're going to get in virtually any other drug monograph. It's pretty much, other than its depth, there's not a lot of difference in the overall coverage between it and some of the other things. One of the things that it's most notable for is having an extremely complete and well done sections on the off-label or non-FDA approved uses for various drugs. It does this throughout the monograph. Unfortunately, there's not one place where these things are all collected, but you'll see here for Wilms tumor, carboplatin has shown activity in the management in Wilms tumor, and then you'll see this slightly blurry but little dagger-shaped figure. This is the marking in AHFS that refers to an off-label use, and this is something that you're going to find many more off-label uses in this print resource than in any other print resources. So if you really need to find one, if you need to find a comprehensive sort of list of that stuff, and all you have available to you are print resources, this is going to be a good place to find it. Now you'll find off-label uses in other print resources, just not as complete as the ones that are in the AHFS. Other than that, just remember it's a very dense, very good resource. It's something you should know how to use, so definitely spend some time working with it. But other than that, it's pretty much a general drug information resource. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this, make sure that you ask a librarian, someone at the library, or someone within pharmacy, one of your professors. Thanks a lot.